Manoj, if you can welcome them on the chat
Yes.
as they come in. Everybody else, really good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever. I think it's mostly good evening, right? Good evening. And really, really welcome. It's so good to see you all here. Those of you who participated in the last weekend, right? I'm so happy to see you here with your family and friends. And in a moment, I'll give you an opportunity to introduce them to all of us. To those of you who are our guests, have been invited by somebody to come in here today, a very special welcome to you. We are delighted that you accepted the invitation of your family and friends to attend tonight's sharing session. And those of you who just came in on your own and nobody personally invited you, so to speak, you're also most welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. And this event for the next 2 hours is an opportunity for the people who have completed the program this last weekend, completed the workshop this last weekend, to share with their family and friends what they walked away with from the last weekend and what they now see is possible for themselves and the people in their life. That's what people are going to be doing. And for you guests, this is an opportunity to find out about what is this thing? What is the leadership for the emerging future? What is Theory U? To find out what it is and to really, really find out your new relatives and friends, because something has happened to the people who have done the program this weekend. And while they may look the same, in many, many ways, they are not the same. So it'll be good to know them, to know the new person they've now become. So what we will do is I'll give you an opportunity. I'm going to kick it off for people to introduce your friends here, people in the last, from the last weekend. Introduce your friends. Please don't be stingy in your introduction. Don't say so, like that. Just take a couple of minutes to introduce them. But also, please don't take too much time because others will spend the whole 2 hours in introduction. So we don't want to do that, right? We want to hear a bit of what you want to share. Now, before we go there, for those of you who might be new to Zoom, there are two ways you can do it. One is, if you look on the top, there's a view. You can watch the speaker view. If you click on the speaker view, the speaker will be enlarged. If you click on the gallery view, the gallery will be enlarged. You'll see the gallery. And you should know there'll be a lot of people here. So the person who's speaking may be on another page. So I recommend you click on speaker mode so you know who's speaking. Okay? All right, everybody. Let's begin. First of all, let Manoj, I would like to introduce myself and Manoj to you. Most of you, not most of you now, there are so many people from so many different places. Quite a few of you may know me already in my previous avatar, so to speak, and you may have done the Landmark Forum with me. I'm not leading the Landmark Forum anymore, and this is what I'm doing now. And Dr. Manoj Onkar is the other person. Manoj, have you turned your video on? See, he's waving his hand there. He's actually Dr. Onkar, but he likes to be called Manoj. And Manoj has also been a Landmark Forum leader. And the two of us have been facilitators for this weekend. There are other people who are engaged with us also, but we won't talk about them now because the two of us are relevant to the people in this program. So I just invite you, if you've completed the weekend and you have some guests here, to please introduce them. You can share about what you got later, but right now I'd like to just introduce your guest. Okay, so who'd like to give it a shot? Who wants to go first?
Could I start?
Yeah, please. Don't ask for permission, everybody. Just go ahead, okay? Yeah, please, Raj.
Good evening, everybody, and I want to welcome my friends. Vinod is a professional who spent a long time in the US, and he's come here, and he's with his family and 2 daughters, and he's venturing into a whole new future here, and very, very happy and very pleased to welcome you, Vinod. Thanks for being.
Thank you, Raj.
For being here.
Thank
and
you.
I have also Srinivas Rao, who's also a builder and accomplished a good lot of buildings in Bangalore and South India. And I welcome Srinivas Rao also here. Srinivas, can you say hi to us? I can't see him. Anyway, thanks. And I have Raghu. Raghu is also a very senior executive in marketing in South India, and he is here with us. Raghu, thanks for accepting my invitation, being here. And I have a lot of friends I can't make out right now. And over to you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Raj. All right. Who wants to seize the baton from Raj and introduce your family and friends?
Hello, good evening, everyone. Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Go ahead. Yes.
Yes. So I'm Ara from the Philippines, and I have a guest tonight. She is Dr. Jamitet Mateo, and director, university director here in the Philippines, and she's also doing gender and development. So I'm excited for her also to get a lot from this evening, and I'm so grateful for her for accepting my invitation, even she's not feeling well today. So Jam, thank you so much. I know, and I get your love for saying yes to me. Thank you.
Great, Ara. Thank you very much. Okay, yeah, Vijay. Go ahead, Vijay.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to all the guests who are here. And I would like to introduce my daughters, Maitri and Tejaswini. They are here. And thank you, Maitri and Teju, for accepting our invitation. I'm sure
By the way,
we'll enjoy the session.
if you can just say hello or use the microphone, then your picture will come on the screen as well. Otherwise, we don't see you.
Hello.
Yeah.
There you are. Wow, that's great.
Thank you.
Lovely. Good to see the two of you. Lovely. Thank you very much. Okay. Who else? Anybody else wants to introduce somebody?
Frank, go
Ben, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, good evening, everyone, and to all the guests. We're going to have an amazing evening tonight. I'd like to welcome my guests. I have 3 guests. Clara Ville, who's from work, one of the most powerful women I know, and 2 friends from Germany, Bo and Jasmine. Thank you very much for saying yes, and they're both consultants for companies, so we're going to have a great evening tonight. Thank you for saying yes to my invitation.
Great, very good.
Thanks, Wang. Thanks, Wang, for inviting us.
You're welcome.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, who else? Who's next?
Nilesh here.
Yeah, Nilesh.
So I have invited my mother, my sister. Like my mother is always inspiration for all of us, and she did an advanced course with you in the landmarks.
Oh.
Very big fan of you. And my sister, she's also positive psychologist. She completed her PhD from London University. So she's also with us. And at the same time, my old staff, like he's with me from last 17 years, Bharat Mana. He's also on the call. My best friend, my partner, Vikas Singhal, Amit Mehta is with us.
Great.
And at the same time, more than 20 my customers, like Ravi Agrawal and Padmanabhan, and everybody is on the call right now.
Right.
Like, so much empowered. A lot of people showed up today for the meeting.
Welcome. That's great. Very good. Who else would like to share? Invite invite your friend to say something, friends and family members.
I'll go. Suresha here.
Yeah, Suresha.
I have invited my friend Vasant, a very close friend of mine. We know each other from nearly 20 years, I would say. Yeah. And he was working in Singapore for about easily 15 years plus, and he has just relocated to Chennai 2 years back. A thorough gentleman. That's one word if I can describe him. And in addition to that, he's a poet. He writes poems. He writes stories, articles. He is an avid learner. He teaches. He's somebody who is always learning. I mean, proud to have him as my friend. And I just told him, come. It was just a WhatsApp message. Nothing more was required. He said, I'll join. So, Vasant, thank you for that.
Thank you so much, Suresha, for calling me in. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
it's a
my
nice
pleasure.
opportunity for me.
Yeah, thank you. And I have invited my family, my elder daughter, Truti. She's done her IB2. She is going to do medical from next year, February. So this is
We
a
can
good
see you,
time.
Dhruti.
Welcome, Dhruti.
Thank you. It's a good time for her to be exposed to something like this. I'll speak more about it. I think my younger daughter as well as my wife should be on the call as well. Yeah.
Great,
And I have
we can see her.
Satish,
Great,
are you
she's
online? Are you
waving,
able to hear
she's
me?
waving.
I have invited my friend Satish as well.
I
Satish.
can hear.
Okay, great. Thanks, Satish. Satish is my classmate. We know each other from 33 years. Shankar's classmate as well. So and then for him also, it was very easy. Just one message and he said, I'll be there. And Satish, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Suresha. Thank you for inviting.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Somebody else like to take the opportunity and introduce your guest?
I'd like to introduce my guest.
Yeah, Manoj, go ahead.
Yes, I have a guest. I actually work with him. We work together in a company, and this is Dennis. And he's a wonderful man, a very caring person. He facilitates and he's also growing in his coaching skills, and he's very interested. When we were talking, he told me he was very interested to learn. So I invited him over, and Dance, this is going to be a great evening for you.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you very much. And
yes, Dennis, welcome.
And make yourself
Thank
at
you.
home,
Thank you.
Dennis.
It's nice to be here.
Great,
Thank you, man,
great.
for inviting me.
Great. Now, I know that there'll be others who want to introduce your guest. Here's how I'd like us to do it, okay? Why don't you, I want to give you an opportunity to share with people what you got out of doing the weekend program. Now, this is just a weekend. There are 6 evenings to follow up, but this is a weekend, and out of doing the weekend, what did you get? And as you share with people what you get, if you want to say something about some of your guests, you're welcome to say that too. So you can kind of continue the introduction as we go along. But now add your sharing of what you got to the introduction. And those of you who already introduced and you want to just share what you got, you're welcome to do that too. Okay. So that's what I want to open it up to you to share and introduce your guest. All right. So who'd like to go?
Yes, good evening to all.
Hi.
Good evening. I am Senthil.
Yes,
I am a yoga trainer from Chennai. I introduce Mr. Padmanabhanji reference this meeting. I am so much thank you, Mr. Nilesh sir also. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Okay, great. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for introducing yourself. So
Thank
people from the last weekend.
I have introduced him, and we are actually on a greater Nilesh family, and I did my mission control program with Mr. Vivek ji. So the results are amazing. So it is now to get into the groove of leadership trainings and hearing from you. Thank you.
Great, Padmanabhan. Okay. I would like people who did the leadership for the emerging future this last weekend to share now. Okay. So please go ahead. Thank you, Padmanabhan. Raj, you're welcome to start if you want.
Hello, good evening. I'm Miriam Puergo from the Philippines.
Hi, Miriam.
And,
Go ahead.
yeah, good evening, everyone. I have with me my sister-in-law. She's not really a sister-in-law to me. She's my sister. This is Marisa. So she's there. She's smiling. She's very interested actually in attending this. This is her, I think, second time to attend the intro, and I hope that she will register soon. And what I want to share with you, Isa, is how I got to I got the tool to listen to my family members, like your nephew and nieces, and also to your brother, Vic, my husband, to listen to them newly, and to be able to work with them anew also, because now I am not listening to myself anymore, but I'm really being able to empathize with them, put myself in their shoes, so that we are able to have a dialogue without me giving up what I believe, but being able to listen to what they have to say to me also. So that's so precious to me, because they are more than anything in my life. They are the gold in my life. So I want to share that with you.
Wonderful. Miriam, thank you very much.
Thank you so
Very
much.
good.
I'm happy to be here.
Hey, Maria. That's good. Thank you. All right. Somebody else would like to share what you got from the weekend?
Hello, everybody. My name is Raj. I'm from Bangalore, India. And I'm a builder here and also a trainer. And I'm today 62 years. Also been in the, kind of works and spiritual things like Vipassana, meditation, and a lot of other things and regular studies, etc. So people who see me, they say, I'm very spiritual and all that. But when I came here last weekend, it was quite, rocking for me to see how much I am not who I think I am. Or if I put the question in a different way, who's that person who's meditating? Who's that person who wants to kind of withdraw and do something else and be quiet in life? And behind all that, I saw a load of issues, load of things unresolved for me. Though I pretend I want to be peaceful, there is so much which is heavy on me. And time and again, there is a mode of mood, anger and sadness, which is coming in. And I had to do some slate cleaning. Incidentally, my wife was with me in the program, and session to session, we could kind of have a chat and get back our 30 years of marriage put together. That's the very first thing which happened. And in this last 5 days, a lot of things are opening up on a daily basis. I mean, very recently, like yesterday, I had a very critical meeting with a property owner who had given me his property to me for development, and we have finished the building. A huge thing which is happening, there's something brewing, and we are not in agreement about certain things. But it was very phenomenal, miraculous when I sat with them and just with him, not talking much, not fighting, not getting aggrieved, all that. When I let it be, finally it so happened that he said, you have been very big and you have built this building, and I want to be like your brother, and let's end this whole thing here. Let's go on. That was like miraculous. We went into documentation, etc. So these kind of new things, and the person that I am, listening to people, listening to my family, it's all a whole new world. And I can see something very, very new opening up in terms of the future and the career and the works and a lot for the society. It's not about me anymore. And I want to create something valuable for the society till the time around. That's it to start with. And I want to thank all the people.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank each one of you for being with me in this journey. It's a great, great journey. Thank you.
Thanks, Raj. Okay, who else would like to share?
I'll
Can
go.
I share? Sorry.
Okay, well, ladies first, go ahead.
All right. So, hello, I want to share what my great key takeaway from attending the TURU. First, the first time I attended here was last June. And I studied social entrepreneurship here in the Philippines in 2019. And I see what's missing is the action, my action to do what I am passionate about doing, and it's about contributing to the agriculture sector. And here, because I have a lot of doubt, a lot of fear about myself and my listening about myself that I can't do it, and I don't know how to do it. But attending this theory, it allowed me to have the courage, the clarity on the vision on how I can contribute to the environment. And seeing that, I was able to look for a farm lot, and I was able to do the down payment for the farm lot. That it's been a long dream of mine. It's been almost 10 years dream to really help the local farmers here in the Philippines. And now, because of this, I am inspired to do it and to do a model farm where local farmers can also learn and how to contribute and um, really help sustain and thrive the environment here in the Philippines. So that's what I get from attending the QRU, and I am so thankful for Wen for inviting me here, because it's really empowered me to do action to the things that I'm delaying, and it made me realize that it's time, it's now. I can't delay it anymore. So that's it, and I hope everyone can also see and go here in the Philippines, and let's go to the farm someday. So yeah, I'm inviting you once it's fully yeah. So that's it.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All right. Thank you so much for that lovely sharing of yours. Okay, Viji, you want to go?
Yeah. Yeah. So just I would say in continuation with what Raj was saying, I'm Raj's wife here, and I also happened to participate last weekend in this program. What happened during the program for me was that I was carrying some heavy load, which I was not aware that I was carrying it, as if the whole world was on me and nobody could understand and it could not have been resolved. That's the way I walked into the program. But then I got certain powerful tools where I could just start sharing the way it is and the way it is not with Raj. Whatever I was holding on regarding Raj, I was just able to communicate so powerfully, not like ours together, just in simple, few sentences. And I could see that my communication was very, very effective, that I could reach out to him. And that was the beginning. And then through the week, I was actually not stopping myself. I just started sharing the way it is with my husband, with my daughters, with whomever I've been talking to. I mean, right now I can see that I don't have to carry any weight. I'm experiencing a lot of freedom.
You're losing weight now.
Yes, I would have lost.
Good for you. Good for you. Wow.
Thank you, Ferdi. Thank you, Manoj, for
Vijay,
this.
thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Great.
Yeah, somebody else. And then I'll give you a little context. I'll tell you a little bit about the program so you can understand what people are talking about. But first,
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah.
yes,
Suresh
please.
here. Yeah. Ferdi, I did, I think, landmark advanced course with you 20 years back. And when Raj invited me, I had no, what to say, particular expectation. I was sure that I'm going to get in touch with few powerful people. So that was the sole reason why I joined. So with no expectation, but yeah, okay, that's what made me join. And then I will briefly explain what I got from the LFEF last weekend. Basically, like I explained during the 2 days course, I was leading a life of a angry young man, not young anymore, 50. But then that's something that I realized, during those 2 days. And it is all because of, you have certain principles, you have certain views, certain expectations. Okay, you start when that doesn't get fulfilled, you are stressed, you also stress the other person. So I got to the source of why I'm going through all this. And then I think that is something that I got very powerfully during those 2 days. Also, what I learned is the moment you think of another person, a picture of him or her comes into mind. Okay, this person is like this only. And that is what prevents us from, having a meaningful conversation going forward. And we also learned that you can't stop those thinking, but the moment you're aware, you can do something about it. I think that was kind of a biggest takeaway for me. And I mean, sometimes things in life are simple, but then when you get it very powerfully, it's kind of quite easy to deal with. So that's what I got. And I will also briefly share what is the result of what I got from that. I think, like I mentioned earlier, it's been 21 years since I'm in Singapore. Going back to Bangalore once a year as an annual ritual. And usually my family, my wife and kids go 1 month before me or so, and then I try to join later. And then every time they go, I will have a list of what all they should do. Did you do your homework? Did you apply to this university? Did you call that person? Did you go there? I had my list of expectation, and I used to ask and I used to follow up, trying to remote control, being a taskmaster. Sometimes things doesn't go, and then I get upset, they get upset. In a way, I would say that every vacation was somehow being ruined. This time, after the last weekend, I think it has been a new myself. I have been able to talk to my daughters without any kind of with no main agenda of, okay, did you do this? It was just a conversation. And then last 1 week, I think I called them easily 3 or 4 times. And each time we have 45 minutes, 1 hour conversation. I think, sorry, I'm emotional.
You're quite moved. I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had conversation with my kids like this all my life. So I think this is what I got. I got back my daughters. I got back the relationship. So that's what I wanted to share. Then I also wanted to share something from the office front and also with the friends. In office, again, when you interact with some people, you get angry, you get frustrated, you can't do anything. So that in a way used to stress me out. And that happened last week. I just told myself, yeah, I know they said something and I'm getting angry or I'm getting upset, but I need not react. I can just be normal. I was aware of it, and I think my meeting, my conversation went smooth. So that I think was a miracle, I would say. Then one last thing is with my friend Satish is here. Satish, with your permission, he's my classmate. We have a WhatsApp group for our batchmates, and we have a lot of fun there. And we also try to follow some rules. Politics is one sensitive topic, and we kind of had an agreement that, okay, our understanding that we will not post such things. He has his own way of having fun. he posted something. I got angry. I got so angry that I kind of kicked him out of the group. Then somebody added him. I was not talking to him for a month, and it was really stupid or silly. Then after this, as I did this program last weekend, that's the day I said hello and I wished him. Then 3-4 days back, I called him, Satish, can you join this? I want to invite. He did not have anything of the past. He just joined, and I am thankful to him. And it just looks so simple. Yeah. And I would say that, in terms of relationship is where I'm focusing. It's working for me everywhere. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Suresha, thank you so much for sharing and inviting your friends and family members here. All right, Nilesh, you want to give it a shot?
Yeah, Ferdi and everyone, Manoj, everybody. I'm participating in leadership from the Emerging Future conversation from last 2 years. And every time I'm participating, I'm discovering a new reality for myself. So this time it was a totally new. Actually, my history was I was ill. I was having illness before 2004. And from that day, I was taking too much care about myself. I was taking care so that I should not face any illness. I should not have any problem in my life. And in the program, first time I discovered I'm taking care because of my fear. When Ferdi distinguish, you have downloading. So I notice my downloading about my health is if I'm ill, I will have to face a lot of problems. So all the care is coming from the fear. It is not coming from I'm celebrating what I'm doing. So I notice I'm having always fear. So my body sensation, and I was noticing why I'm not enjoying it, why I'm not feeling good about my health. I'm always complaining. And for my family, you are extremist. When you are doing fast, you are doing the extreme fast. When you are doing the care, you are doing the extreme things. And my sister was empowering every time. She was saying, Nilesh, you are good. You're looking fine. You are smart. And I was thinking, hey, she don't know what I'm dealing with. My mother was empowering and I was always in the fear. And first time I got it in the program that I'm perfect. I don't have any problem. I'm not celebrating who I am. I'm deeply connected with my higher self, love, compassion. And that's why first time I invited my mother and my sister into leadership from the Emerging Future.
Great.
My special thanks to both of them. They really empowered me in every situation.
That's lovely.
Yeah, and then I called Vikash. He's an extraordinary guy. He always take care of me. Amit, Bharat, everybody, and my customers, they love me a lot, but my downloading was not allowing to experience that love. Actually, I'm right now experiencing that love from everyone in my life.
Lovely,
I'm in deep gratitude with each person. I'm I feel real compassion for them right now.
Great, Nilesh. Thank you so much for your generous sharing. I want to say something now on the back of what you said, what Nilesh said. So you get some sense of not just what are the results people got, and you can see people got the results, but also some sense of how did they do it? How did they get that result, right? And I want to tell you a little bit about the program itself. So let me share a slide with you, and then we go from there, okay? So where am I? Have I lost you guys? No, can you see the slide? I don't think so.
No, not yet.
Not yet, right?
No.
So,
has Kaushik joined in? Kaushik?
He said you join in 20 minutes or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so share screen. That's where it should go. And there you are.
Yeah, he has joined in, Manoj, Kaushik.
Kaushik, if you want, you can take that, introduce yourself, and you welcome your team if you want.
Yeah, Kaushik, before I'm just going to stop sharing and give you a chance to welcome your team, and then we'll go to the slide, okay? So go ahead, Kaushik.
Are you there? Kaushik?
You sure he's there?
It's
Anyway, we'll carry on with where I was going.
Yeah, you should carry on.
Yeah. So let me share my screen. And here you are. So what you can see over here, right, on the screen are two mountains, right, with a ravine in between. So there are some people on this side, the right-hand mountain, on top of the right-hand mountain, some people on this side, on top of the left-hand mountain, and say, this is you, left-hand side, and you want to get to the top of the mountain on the right, you can't jump across the chasm. There's got to be a pathway. You have to create a pathway for yourself. And the pathway, and that is like looking at, I want to go to the future. That's the future. That's where I want to go in the future. You got to have some pathway to get from here, the present, to the future. And that's what theory U is about. You must have heard somebody mention theory U. Why is it called theory U? Because it's in the shape of a U. You see here, there's a U here, a golden U. It's in the shape of a U. And this is the path that one could follow. One of the possible ways to get from here to there is to go through these various steps, and I'll take you through them in a little bit. Let us, now, theory U was created by Otto Scharmer. Dr. Otto Scharmer is a lecturer at MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, USA. And he's an economist, and he's created, he was studying economics, he is studying the world situation and how people are and what is happening and how economics impacts every bit of our life. And this is what he had to say. The business that leaders are in today is the business of transforming awareness. There is a deep longing for more meaning, for connections. And as you can see from what people have shared with you today, they really have got more meaning in their life, more connection. They've opened up the old connections, started the new connections like that. So that's Otto Scharmer. So I just wanted you to know what he looks like. He's a professor. He's actually from Germany, but he lives and works in the US. And the work we are doing is applying theory U, the principles of theory U, to what we are doing. So if you look at the world today, if you look at what we're dealing with in our life today, especially a la the pandemic, right? Everything's turned topsy-turvy. And everyone's saying, yes, we're going to get out of the pandemic, and then again, we're going to lockdown. Get out of the pandemic. Again, we're going to go into lockdown. Europe is starting to lock down. The UK is really concerned about locking down, although they had gone past it. And people are saying, go to work, because that's how we used to always do, go to work in the office. But somehow or the other, whatever we know about how to deal with life, how to deal with the pandemic, how to deal with the current reality, doesn't quite fit, doesn't quite work. Because most of the time when we are learning something, we learn by reflecting on the past, on references of the past. We go to school, we learn what someone else has learned. We go to university, we learn what they have learned. If we are running a company, we are looking at what other people like our company have done. So that's how we learn. But what's happening today doesn't have any references from the past that you can use. Then where are you going to learn from? Well, here's a very radical idea. You could learn from the future. but the future hasn't happened yet. How can we learn from a future that hasn't happened yet? And that's what Theory U is about. Learning from the future as it emerges. Now, I know that's, don't get lost in it, okay? Because we're not going to deal with that, how to do that in this introduction. But that is basically how you will get from the present to the future, like cross across the chasm. Now, what is Theory U? Theory U, the U process is like this U over here and is formed of three parts, three main parts. First, you go down the U, and how you go down the U is you observe, observe, observe. And there are deep listening practices that enable you to observe. Once you've done enough observing, then you retreat and reflect. And you have practices that enable you to connect to your highest sense of self, to a highest source of inspiration, to a future that's wanting to happen around you. And then the last part of the U is this one, where you actually act in an instant. You actually act. You don't stop to think about it, worry about it. You act and you learn in the process of action. And you do that through prototyping and iterating. One more slide, and then I'll stop the slides, okay? So now this U can be broken up into the three spaces we talked about, and inside the spaces, some capacities. So the first, going down the U on the left-hand side, it's all about sensing. It's a transforming your perception of whom? Of other people, of the circumstances, the challenges you're dealing with, transforming those perceptions. Then the next part of it is transforming yourself and what you're willing to do and what is possible for you, transforming yourself. And the last bit is realizing, transforming action, to transform your action in a way that you don't have to do analysis paralysis and think about it and think about it and think about it and never do it because you're still thinking about it. But you actually take the action because you're not worried about taking the action, because you can learn something with the action and then make some change and take another action. You can learn something and make some change and take another action. That's the process of prototyping. And in that process, you can learn from a whole lot of actions. You don't have to stop and think too much about it. Okay, so that is all the bhashan. Okay, now I'm going to stop this for a moment and really see if I can clarify for you by giving you an opportunity to ask any questions, also for the people to share like that. Okay, so what I heard people share is about the breakthroughs they've had in their relationships and breakthroughs they've had in what they want to work on. How do those breakthroughs happen? You must have heard the word downloading. That happens in awareness. That happens by people starting to be aware of how much they download. And then we look and see through those downloads. And what we see is colored and filtered by those downloads. So the judgments, evaluations, assessments, which we deal with like they are reality. When actually they may not be reality, or they may be reality, but whatever it is, we're dealing with it like it's reality, the downloading. Imagine you're in a circular room, glass windows all around, curtains drawn across the windows. In the middle of the room, there's a 360-degree projector that's projecting slides or pictures or videos onto the screen. And these projections, where do they come from? The past, from your mind, from your judgment, from your assessments, from your views. That's where they come from. They get projected. And you and I think that whatever is being projected there, that is real. That is what is happening. So my mother-in-law is like that. My father is a Hitler. My boss is trying to manipulate. Like that. We made up that stuff and we're working inside of it. That's what we call downloading. And people really get present to how much you and I are downloading. Not the theory of downloading, because you understand what I mean by downloading now. But can you actually catch yourself downloading right now, in this moment? Can you see that you're downloading right now, in this moment? And when you do, and when you can see that, oh, yes, I am downloading because I'm saying this is like that is like this is like that. I can see that. Then it is like you actually get up from your chair and you go to the window and you draw the curtain. Remember, there were curtains on the windows and everything projected on it. Now you draw the curtains and you look out. What will you see? You'll see reality. You'll see something that doesn't fit with all the projections that you've been coming from your mind. You actually see the world as it really is. You see the factual reality. We call that process open mind. So there is downloading, then there is letting go of downloading, suspending your downloading, opening your mind, open mind. And then you can see that people are not quite the way you thought they were. You can see contradictory data that comes in. Most of the time, we don't see any contradictory data because we don't want to see it, because we know we are right. But if we can allow contradictory data in, then we are forced to reevaluate our positions, our beliefs, what we think. Then the next thing you confront is how cynical we are. We don't trust people. We are cynical. We think people are going to do this, they're going to do that, they're going to make you the first. So we separate our connection from people. What you can do. Naresh Kakar, you said something? I think he didn't mean to say anything. So, so you got this sense of separating yourself from others. And you, in the course, in the weekend, you'll do exercises that allow you to build a connection. We call that empathy walks. You actually just go for a walk or have a cup of coffee or sit down and chat with somebody who's totally different from you, so that you begin to see how their life is, how they live. But you don't only do it with strangers, you also do it with the people in your life. And you realize that you haven't really explored how the people in your life are. And you find out they're totally different. They're different from what you thought they were. And you have a new possibility and a new way of relating to them. That's what Raj and Vijay were sharing about, and some other people, Ganesha, I think, sharing about, that you actually see your daughter. He got so moved that he hadn't seen his daughter for all their life, because he had this opinion and this view and this judgment of them. So that opens up that possibility. And then what happens? The possibility for a new future opens up. So in this course, in the part one, we call this a part one of Theory U. In this course, we'll only go down the U. Go down the U on the left-hand side, so that you can open your mind, open your heart, open your will, learn to relate to people, learn to dialogue with people, and get some skills in that direction. And then in later courses, if you like to continue to engage with us, you'll get in touch with your higher sense of self and the future that wants to occur around you. So anyway, that was meant just to create some context. I hope that is useful for you. Now, if you have any questions, please ask them. And the people who will answer the questions will be people who have done the program. So you get some real life experience, if that's okay. All right, so who'd like to, you have any questions you want to ask?
Sir, the past storage of feelings.
Yes.
It comes as a burst out whenever the same situation arises.
Yes.
People have enough knowledge to understand, yes, I'm prepared to go to this situation and face it, but miserably fail and get into the situation and again.
Yes.
How to handle this with
Well,
experience that
let's
they
ask
gain?
the experts. The experts are the people who done the program. Did you get his question? And any of you want to answer it for him, please? From your experience, what you saw, what occurred for you, please go ahead. If I can paraphrase what you're saying, Padmanabhan, is that we seem to know what we should be doing, and yet we do the same thing that is going to damage us again and again, right? How come we don't learn from that? We do the same thing again and again. That's the question he's got. Anybody? Don't worry, you're experts. You've done the weekend. So come on, let's hear what you think. Suresha?
I would say that in those situations, we before when the similar situation occurs, we operate from the place that okay, this is how it was last time. This is how it should be handled. So you already go with the downloading that this person is wrong. He should have done this, or I should do this, or or you may even go with an predefined notion or a downloading that this time also it's going to be a failure. So that would be the thought. The being aware of that thought itself can bring in a change. I think the key thing is being aware.
Yeah, very good. Great. Padmanabhan, does that answer your question?
Yeah, that means we need to completely reset ourselves and prepare to understand the situation and aware of it, and then see that it's going to be a download for which my reaction should be different. That
Yeah,
practice
you can, but you can tell yourself that, and doesn't mean you'll do it, right? Because we all know how to win friends and influence people. We all know how to do that, but we don't do that because there's something else that's required. And what is key is awareness. You need to be aware in the moment of your downloading. When you're aware
Maybe
in the
I
moment of your, one moment, if you're aware in the moment of your downloading, you have a choice. Otherwise, you don't have a choice, right? So that's important. Yes, please, Bridget.
Thank you.
Bridget, you turned your microphone off. You got to turn it back on.
Sorry. I was just going to say in the same direction as you were saying, awareness. From my experience, having gone through the theory, you not all the way with you, but with you and the Otto Scharmer and the other options. And I've done it with colleagues like Wang and the people who joined here. I feel that there is a decisive difference after you've understood that you're moving from this downloading and you're opening your mind, because all of us are or many of us are academic minds, and we are sort of academically blinded over years and years, and we're using our head only. And what really for me made the difference was that this awareness is not an intellectual awareness, but it's an awareness of my body, of my heart, of all my senses. And even I would say, yes, even if you are stuck in a real situation where you are again downloading, maybe the system doesn't allow you to be as open as you are maybe in an environment like we are today, where you may be allowed to be emotional, to shed tears of love and friendship. That's maybe not the world that you can do this in every place, but you will be having an inner awareness that something is different. You are aware that you are behaving maybe in the old style, but I feel I'm aware it's different to what I want to be. And that's the first important step for me, that even if I have, and with the pandemic, I saw this, I started in 2020 with Otto Scharmer theory. And then obviously the pandemic closed down a lot of options. So I cannot do a lot of things, and I sometimes have to do things the old way. But having the awareness that, hey, this is downloading, I sometimes even smile and say it's downloading. So that's for me a sign that I have become aware that there is a different way, even if I can at this particular point maybe not go as the theory you would allow me to go and open up. And this, I must say, is why I appreciate our coaching circle so much, because I have this coaching circle where we can go and open up. But I appreciate the questioner saying sometimes it's impossible because I cannot change entirely myself and my circumstances in one go. But still having this awareness and having the opportunity to have different kind of senses using in becoming aware, not only my intellectual capacity that was so much trained over the past years, was a real eye-opener for myself. Maybe that answers and helps a little bit.
Yeah, very good. Thank you very much. Okay, somebody else, any other questions? So here's a question for you. I had it written down. Yeah. As a guest, right, you could ask yourself this question: what do I really want in my life? What have I given up on? I really want that, but I gave up on it. What do I really want? What have I given up on? You know, it could be in the area of relationship, in the area of results, in the area of satisfaction, self-expression. So if you actually applied your life, you applied brought your life to this dialogue and said, okay, what have I given up on? What do I really want in my life? And what do I think I cannot get, or I'll have it very difficult to get? Anybody? Anything you see right now you'd like to say? What do you really want? If you could wave a magic wand and have it, what would you want? It's okay to say it. It won't eat you up. Come on. So Sujata says, how to get clarity. What is it? How to get clarity what we want in our life. So you're not clear what you want. Okay. I got that. But what if you are clear what you want? Most of the time you're not clear because you think, oh God, I'm not going to get it. Forget it. I better not be clear about it. But what, just come on, tell me, what do you want? How many of you want to have a great relationship? You want that? Great relationships. You like to have great, lovely, loving relationships with people. Okay, good. How many of you like to have results? You know, results in your life. You like to produce some results. You don't want, looks like this is a group who don't want results. How many, you know, the results could be financial, the results could be success, the results could be all that, right? How about satisfaction? How many of you would like to experience being satisfied, right? And fulfilled? Yeah, and how many of you would like to be able to express yourself, to be who you really want to be, do what you really want to do? Yes, is that ringing a bell for you? Can you kind of see that we've kind of given up on some of those things? Now, here's the question. I say you haven't produced those results. You haven't got what you really want in your life, and you've decided to make do because of the way, because we are downloading, because of how you see it, how you perceive it. What if you could alter your perception in each of those areas, in the area of results, in the area of relationship, in the area of self? What if you could alter your perception? Would you be able to see some openings then? Would you be able to see something in those areas? The possibility and move. Right now, it looks like it's a closed door, but if you altered your perception of the people involved, you altered your perception of yourself, that I can do it, or I can't do it, or I could do it. If that altered, you think something would change? That's what the weekend is about. That's what the first part of the year, going down the U, is about. Altering your perception. And to alter your perception of people, yourself, your challenges of life, to alter your perception, the first thing you have to be aware of is that what you're seeing is your perception. It's not reality. That you are watching things through a download, and what is there is a download, not a reality, and be able to push the download to the side so you can see past the download. What if you had tools to alter this perception and knew how to use them? Would that be something you'd be interested in? That's what leadership from the emerging future is about, giving you tools to alter your perception and to use those tools so that you begin to see something that you didn't see before. Now, to make this is right now technical and theoretical, to make this clearer for people, any of you would like to share, those of you who've done the program, what did you get any of these things for yourself? Did you see for yourself something that you hadn't seen before and you'd like to share with our guest? That would be lovely.
Ferdi, Raj.
Yeah, Raj, go ahead.
Basically, I am known to be a very rigid, stiff, sort of non-emotional and certainly non-humorous person. People who know me. But these few days, I don't know, I am simply happy. Simply happy within myself. I'm like a child. I'm enjoying. I'm just being with myself, hence being with people. I can't find a reason, but there is something when you walk in, there is no, background in which I see people. I start seeing myself, and there's a lot of things which used to be going on earlier, which is all like a clean slate now. Inside of that, there is something which happens like a miracle on the other side. The person who says no all the time comes back and says, can we do this? So this is something which is phenomenal. And my children will watch for this. And I am like a very totally different, silent father these 6 days. Earlier, there used to be a gap.
Father.
So that's quite phenomenal and really very new for me.
Yeah. No, I'm sure that your children must be saying, I wonder when dad will return to normal. And if they're not saying that, our guests are saying that. What will we return to normal then? It'll all be like that and then come back down to ground zero. But Raj, what's your sense of returning to normal? What's your sense of, do you think you'll return to normal? Do you think that you can sustain this? Because it's about sustaining something. So what do you think, Raj?
It's a practice, Ferdi, and the more I am in touch with my own heart. Usually, earlier, my mind used to overtake my heart. Now I am letting my heart, my feelings, along with or before my mind. Mind is a very fast, cunning machine that I have. And this, when I am really being aware of and allowing, letting it, letting my heart to open and be ahead of my mind, I see it's very much under control. And this awareness, I'm clear that I shall be able to practice. It's a practice.
Good.
Yep, thanks.
Very good. I would say it slightly differently, Raj. I would say that you've opened your heart.
Yeah.
We are mostly open our intellect. We give a lot of credit to this thing and work it out and think about it and everything, which is all right. All the good things we have in our life, we have got because of that. But also some of the bad things we've got because of that. Yes, who was that?
Yeah, Vijay here.
Yeah, Vijay, go ahead.
I just want to add a small thing to what Raj was saying.
See,
the thing is, his mind was running at a particular speed. And he's a man with a big heart. His heart also would open up. But then, by the time he opens up his heart, his mind would have already run miles away. That used to happen. But after this weekend, he actually gives, because of this awareness, he has allowed his mind to open up, so that he has allowed his heart to open up. Heart to open up such that the mind doesn't get that kind of an importance.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Thank you.
And he's showing up as the big person he is.
Yeah, and for those of you who are concerned about it going back like a rubber band, it's not going to happen because something's changed. Something has changed in a way that it's like the door has got something stuck in it, so that the door doesn't close anymore. Otherwise, the door, you push the door, then it goes back again and shuts. That door is not going to close anymore. And once you've experienced
I would support that. Can I support that, Ferdi? Because that's exactly my experience as well. Because the surroundings are, as you do that journey the first time for yourself, you suddenly open your mind and your entire senses to other people around you, and you see that at this point in time they are searching as well, even if they don't do it in a controlled process as we do it with Theory U. They are all also basically not in their standard normal status anymore, everyone at this point. And this is I think that's the historical advantage we have yet. It's very difficult to have this door bang back to normal because we are not in normal, and that's an advantage. So I would support everyone in daring and venturing in this change, because there's no coming back. Even if you tried, you will realize something has changed already. The structure has changed, the people are changing. We are all a little, at least that's my feeling, we are all in a little limbo. All sort of the set system is reorganizing itself, and therefore we need not fear that we will be dragged back into old behavior. There is enough alternatives. There will be new people coming up. In my case, it was my sister, who I haven't had deeper contact other than what you do. As sisters meet once in a while, and we had different lives. And I was always the intellectual one. So I was like the family Wikipedia before Wikipedia ever existed. So if there was something to find out, everyone goes, ask Bo. She's a working dictionary, a living dictionary. And that was the joke in the family. But it actually reduced me to my intellectual side, to my mind side. And no one really asked for my heart side. My sister is the opposite. She is heart. And so we couldn't really talk. And since I've done the Theory U, it was like a snip. And we suddenly found a different way of exchanging, which is very beneficial for the benefit of my mother now, because we both now can help my mother, who's 93, much more in her journey and her being. And we don't even, it's not like tapping around each other, not daring to do the right or the wrong thing. We are so equal because we're not looking in the past anymore. We are just based here. We are aware that the relationship is still a little fragile because it's new to us. Some wording is different than in the past, but we are not looking anymore. We're not looking back anymore. So it's really a good time to venture in this change.
Very good, Bridget. I think you have eliminated that point that the going back is not so easy to do. For some people, that'll not be good because you want to go back, right? You want to go back to who you used to be. Then too bad. You got bad news for you. You won't be able to. But anyway, let's move on to thank you so much, Bridget. Let's move on to one more person who's got a question. Or you can answer, what do you want to get? Tell me what you want to get. What's important to you? What do you really, really want in your life? And can you get that if you participate in this course?
You can also share it on the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ferdi Aruna here.
Yes, Aruna.
Nice to see you on the screen for many, many years.
Mhm.
So the question is, yeah, we've all done several different programs and, got many things. Not in comparison to anything, but given that we have done many things which talk about getting these very same results, more or less, how different is this program going to be?
Well, this is whatever's happening to people is in the context of something larger, something bigger. It's in the context of the world. The world is in a bad state, Aruna, in case you haven't realized it. Humanity is in a bad state and civilization is going to the dogs. We who are conducting these programs, we're really committed to creating a new civilization, a new possibility on the planet. Today, we just finished a climate change thing in Glasgow. We are kind of wading our way through the COVID situation. There's so much of inequality between the rich and the poor. 1% of the people own 80, 50, 60, I don't know, some huge percent of wealth.
50% of the planet. Yeah.
Yeah. Our friend from Tesla, he's going to sell some shares, small amount of shares. He's going to sell, going to be a huge thing. Listen, when people die, they can't take it to them. And they can leave it to their family and friends, possibly, but they can't take it to them. And you can't make enough money to enjoy it sufficiently. But yet, people are crazy, running after it, running after it. There's a situation on the planet where people are running after success and whatever the pictures of success are. So there is something which is, all these things are happening inside a much larger context. Now, in this weekend's course, we are not going to address the large context, except say that there is a larger context, there's something else happening. But in the courses that follow, in the work that you do, you need to do this work because it's the basic foundational work. But in the work that follows, you can provide leadership. The program is called Leadership from the Emerging Future. There is a future that's emerging, that wants to emerge. Not a future that you're going to create with your imagination, a future that wants you. It's wanting to happen. You can see with the COVID, you can see with all the stuff. We want this, that, something else is happening because there is something that wants to happen. And we're not in sync with that which wants to happen. If we get in sync with that which wants to happen, we can provide leadership to move the planet in that direction. But not everybody wants to do that. But there are some people who do, we do. And there are a few people who participate in the program who want to do that. But we want to give something for everybody. We want everybody to get what they want to get and to use the tools to get it. But that's not where we want to stop. We want to go beyond that. So how is it different? Well, we want to go beyond just making it better for people. But we're not addressing that right now. I hope that makes sense to you, Aruna.
Yeah, got that. Thank you.
Yeah, great. Thank you very much. Okay, what we're going to do, I think Kaushik, is he here now?
Yeah, he wants to do so.
Yes, Ferdi, I'm here.
Hey, Kaushik, you want to share, you want to introduce your guest and then share with us what you got?
Yeah, I think two of my guests were here. Actually, one is Shilpa and Sandhya.
Right.
Sandhya just left, but I think she was here. Sandhya is still there. Okay. Yeah. I basically, I wanted to share a couple of things. Like before this program, I was going through a lot of frustration. I mean, being in the industry for almost 30 years, though we learn how to tolerate, but we are just tolerating, we're not living completely. So that's what I realized. And then when I was saying the circumstances are like this, and usually keep on blaming others for that. So it's like the cause and effect chain. I'm just stuck in that vicious circle. I could not come out. And one more download as in what I felt was like as I get old, I don't have tolerance. So that was going on in my mind. So maybe I was using that as an excuse to flip my lid. like as in lose the temper and all those things. So here I'm working on losing the anger, basically, which was, I was even almost ready to quit my job or go in for some 6 months, go away from where people are not there. So all those things I was going through. And then once I realized all these are just my downloads. And then now I can let people be the way they are and still get some workability from my side, from the future, basically what needs to be done for the whole of the.
So what results did you, what
everybody.
results, Kaushik, what results did you produce for yourself after the weekend? Specific results.
Yeah, the sense of freedom that I have for myself and the freedom that I'm other people to be. See, because what happens when I get frustrated and anger, people can't relate to me. They cannot communicate with me also because I'm putting up a fort.
Who are these people we're talking about? When you say people, who are you talking about?
Office, family.
Right. So you've had a breakthrough with your family members?
Yeah, family members, yes.
Who?
Now I'm able to give them a listening ear. I was only hearing and not listening to what they were saying.
Kaushik,
My wife.
Your wife, okay.
Yeah.
See, the problem with us when we talk conceptually, or we talk in generic terms, people, family, people at work. No, my wife, before, this is the conversation that I had in my head about her, and so I couldn't talk to her.
Yeah.
Something must have happened afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Did she say to you, what's happened to you, Kaushik? Did you leave the old Kaushik away and you brought a new one, or what?
I got the freedom to be Kaushik, which I was not so far, because whatever perception that I had created was not me. I was sure of that.
Right.
So, and now the freedom to be with myself and allowing the freedom for the others also.
Yeah,
not just
very good. Very good. Great, Kaushik. Thank you for sharing and thank you for introducing your friends. What, Manoj, are you ready to send them into the breakout? Yeah.
Before that, if you can, I'll share the brochure and the links, the 11 links.
Yeah.
So you want to inform them about that?
Why don't you do that? Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, great. So good evening, everybody. I am Manoj Onkar. Some of you joined in a little late. So this is a welcome to all of you again. And I was co-faculty with Ferdi to lead the workshop this last weekend. And participants, thank you very much for your extraordinary sharing and participation. Of course, we have 6 more sessions to go and a long journey ahead. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to share with everybody on the chat the brochure I had shared earlier. So if some of you have already downloaded it, great. If not, you can download it now. Our next cohort is on the 8th and 9th of January.
Wait, Manoj, just to let them know what we're planning to do is to send, give you an opportunity to see if you want to participate, and if you want to, give you an opportunity to register yourself. But before we do that, Manoj wants to just give you some information. We'll send you into smaller groups with the person who's invited you, and maybe a facilitator from our side, so that you can ask questions and get clear about things, okay? And so Manoj, you said in the chat, you're giving them the brochure. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you the brochure and I'm going to give you some registration links which you can use. So those of you who would like to participate in the future course, we have the next one in January, 8th and 9th of January. You can participate in that. The tuition for the course is normally 350 pounds, which is equal to 35,000 rupees plus tax. But currently we are offering the course at 250 pounds, which is 25,000 rupees plus tax. You will have an opportunity to register in the course by paying the full amount. And you also have an opportunity to just book your seat by paying 5,000 rupees for that. And if you want, you can pay the fees in Indian rupees, or you can also pay in pounds. So we'll share the links for that. All these links are available in the brochure that I have just sent you. At the end of the brochure, the last page, you have those links. Plus, I'm going to put these links here separately. After a minute of putting these links, what I'm going to do is give you an opportunity to choose the breakout rooms. And the way you could choose the breakout room is you can select the name of the person who invited you. Okay. And you can join that room there. Okay. Let me first try that 1 second. Okay. Okay, let me open those rooms. Okay, do you see the rooms option on your screen right now?
Yes.
Breakout
That's
rooms,
the-
it's called.
Yes, breakout rooms.
Does it give you like names to choose? How is it going up right now?
No, it just
Share
says
box. I
trying
can't
to.
Showing.
Yeah, it is giving all the names there.
Actually, Manoj, why don't you don't know who's in which room, who's guest, is that right? Is that what is the problem?
No,
Here you are.
So wait a minute. You got the names of the people, right?
Yeah, we can see
Now
that.
it's come out in groups. Now it's come out in groups.
Oh, yeah, I know. But you have seen the names of the participants, right?
Yeah, I saw all the names. And for me, Nilesh was ticked. For me, Nilesh was already ticked.
Okay. So, okay. So the rooms are going to be open again. Just 1 minute. So, yes. Sorry for little bit hiccup. It should work soon. Okay. So, okay. So now again, see if you can find the name of the person who invited you. And if you don't find the name, don't worry, you'll be here. If you find the name of the person who invited you, you can go to that room. Okay. Okay. Did you find the names of the people who invited you? And participants, you should also go to the name, your own names.
It's not very clear, Manoj. There are 41 people who are unassigned here.
Okay. So, 1 second. Okay. So, Ara and Yogesh, you can select the group which is called Ara. Can you do that? Nilesh?
All right.
Yes. And Archana. So Archana, you've been invited by Nilesh, right? You can join Nilesh, Claire.
No, I was invited by Shankar.
Shankar, okay.
I was invited by Mr. Padmanabhanji.
Okay, so
I'm Senthil. Yeah.
Okay, great. Just hold on. Okay, and yeah. Okay, so if you don't know and if you don't see the name of the person who invited you, you can join the room named SK. SK, can you join there?
Yeah. Sorry, Manoj, Padmanabhan was invited by Nilesh, so maybe Senthil can join Nilesh room.
Okay, Senthil, can you join Nilesh?
Okay.
Mariam and Tim, you can join. Jasmine, you've been invited by Wang, right?
No, I think I just came.
Yes, Manoj, but I don't have any possibility to go in there. There is no offer for me.
Okay, let me just see what I can do. Okay, just hold on.
Thank you.
It says Jasmine from Germany assigned to.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't see Mr. Nilesh name also in the participant name.
Senthil, you can go to Nilesh's room. Just click that.
Nilesh.
Manoj, I also go to Nilesh's room.
Wait. Yeah, you
His
can go.
name is not there. Nilesh's name is not there.
No.
No, he's there first.
Nilesh's name is not there.
Okay, who's this? I'll send you there.
Sujata.
Sujata,
You
you want
know,
to go to
you have
Nilesh's
to,
room?
if you can't find
he has
Nilesh's name,
invited me.
Yeah, I'll send you there. Just 1 second. Okay. It is the first name, but I'll just send to you. Sujata Kasar, right? Okay. Here you are. Viji, there is a special room for you and Raj, I think, and your guests.
I'm going to send her to Raj and Vijay.
Yes.
I'm sending you. There you are.
Okay.
And Kaushik should go to Kaushik, right?
Yes.
Kaushik is going to Kaushik.
Maria, I'm sending you to Maria. Should I send you with Wang or Ara?
She should go to Ara.
Okay.
Maria is with Miriam.
With Miriam.
Mariam.
Okay, great. So Mariam, you should join your room. I'll send you there. Okay.
Suresha should go to Suresha.
Yes, Suresha.
These people are waiting there for him.
Where is Suresha? Okay, Swanand, you can, if your guests are there, you can go there. Otherwise, you can join Nilesh's room.
Manoj, I tried to join Raj and Vijay's room, but I'm unable to join.
I'm just sending you again. Just see. Okay, good. Now, okay. Naveen, Richa, Pasarija, you want to join Nilesh's room?
Suresha's daughters should go in Suresha's room, right?
Yes.
But I don't know what are their names.
Dhruti. Suresha, what happened?
I seem to have problem. I went to breakout room a couple of times and I had nobody there. I don't know what's
Yeah, nobody has come to your room. Is your daughter online?
I presume so, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't see. Okay.
Okay.
Dilip Borsate and Naveen, if you're a guest and it would be good if you can tell us which room, who's your host, and we can put you in that room. Ravi Agarwal. Yeah, Dilip Borsate.
Sir, Nilesh ji go.
Okay, great. Just 1 second.
Manoj, is Vasant and Satish in a room already?
Vasant, I think send him to Raj's room.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
So why don't you also join Raj's room then?
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah.
You can see the option there, right?
Yeah.
Shankar, did you say Suresha? Did you say Shankar also? Okay, Shankar, are you with Nilesh? Raj?
Shankar is here with us.
I'm here.
Yeah, Shankar, you've been invited by whom?
Raj.
Raj, I'll send you to his room, okay?
Yep.
Thank you very much. Okay. And Jayashree and Basava, you can join whichever room you would like. You can go, one of you can go to Jashri, why don't you go to Nilesh's room?
Yeah, I thought of
it. Basava, you can go to either Nilesh's room or Raj's room. Yeah.
Okay.
What about Ravi Agarwal?
Om Prakash. Archana, yeah, you want to be in Nilesh's room?
Archana can be in my room also.
Oh, okay.
I came out because.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send everybody to your room. Okay, SK?
Okay.
And then if they need to be somewhere else, we will see. So Anand, you can join Nilesh's room.
Suresha is still hanging around.
Suresha, can you, what happened? I can't. Suresha, you're on mute. Okay. Okay. And wait a minute. Let me just...
Everyone's gone to somewhere or the other.
Yes, 1 second. I just sent. Yeah, okay. And
we apologize for the mess, okay? This is the first time we are doing it like this, and a little bit logistical nightmare, trying to put you in a different group. So if it didn't work for you, apologies. I hope you made it work. And we've got another 15 minutes before we close. So is there anything, either any questions somebody has or anything you want to share and let us know about how it was for you in being in the breakout room? Please go ahead.
May I say something, Ferdi?
Sure.
Yeah,
Jamie.
it's me, Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie.
During the discussion with my CC Ara, I told her that I discovered that the theory of you is a very good platform to initiate gender perspective, the perspective of that equitable distribution of knowledge, participation, and access to anything in the society. And it's a good vehicle to understand what I say, the gender wall between generations of people, so that we will have that deeper respect and understanding of the sexuality of the people. So we'll not bash them. We will not bash them. We will not create, anything about them without, looking deep where they are coming from. And the theory of you is a nice way to examine further people perspective and everything else about person. That's all, Ferdi. Thank you.
Jamie, thank you for sharing that. That's spot on. Thank you very much. Somebody else?
Can
Anything
I
you'd
share?
like? Yes, Wang.
Yes. I just wanted to share one of the comments of my guest in the breakout room.
Yeah.
She said she's amazed because people were sharing something too personal for them. And then someone said, people, quote unquote, I'm sorry in advance, like men from India, it's not normal to listen to them sharing their heart. And, so it's very, it's very amazing. Like for me,
Very
because
good.
really the work is about sharing of heart. Like whatever stops these people from doing that and myself, we were able to catch it and let it go and really just speak from what's my heart telling me, who are these people and why they are important to us. So yeah.
Very good, Wang. Thank you for sharing that. That's lovely. Somebody else? How was it for you?
Ferdi, Raj?
Yeah, Raj.
We had a wonderful room, and we fell short of time. And
I know.
people, we started sharing a lot and talking a lot. And in the process, 3 of them have blocked their dates for January, and they are keen to register. And
Very good.
Only 3 people we could talk, and rest we left them, as it is.
Yeah, you can follow up with them later on.
Also,
Very
I
good.
publicly want to complete something with one of my roommates. That is Raghu. Raghu came and he was explaining how I have been, moody and not listening fully the way he was. And I want to really complete and request his forgiveness for the way I have been, landing on him rather forcefully, and complete this, using this opportunity in front of everyone. Thanks, Ferdi.
Is he here right now?
Raghu is here.
All right, great. Thank you. Raj, anything you want to say in response, Raghu?
Yeah, Raghu here.
Yeah, Raghu.
As I always said, he has always been very magnanimous, and I appreciate his opening up his heart out in this open forum. I love him all the more for that. Thank you so much, Raj.
Thank you, Raghu. Thank you for that response. Okay, anybody else? Oh, actually, wrong question. Who else? Either you share something or ask a question or tell us how it was for you. We hope you enjoyed the introduction. Our intention was that you should enjoy this evening. And we got another 10 minutes left. So anything for you, any takeaways? Did you enjoy it? Was it worth it for you? Anything, we'd love to hear. Now, Riddhi, you are the daughters, whose daughter? Suresha's daughters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yes.
Great. Very good. Good to see you. Okay. So nobody has anything to say?
Ferdi, I'd like to share on behalf of my sister-in-law.
Yes, please.
Yeah, 2 things that she got. One is on the level of being a mother, when she's unable to listen to her children because she thinks she knows everything already. Now, being a single mom for how many years, she's been so used to knowing what's good for her children, and now they're beginning to assert herself they're beginning to assert themselves, and she's not ready for it. And she finds how important the tool is to be able to listen to them. The other one is the way that she listens to herself. Being a solo parent and at the same time being a full-time mother has also changed the way that she looks at things. And she sees that she's actually very interested. She wants to join the next cohort, but there are, the usual matters that she has to consider, priorities that she has to. So we will have another round of talk.
Great. And you can talk to her one-on-one. You don't need to bring her to another intro. And if she got that out of just listening to the introduction, can you imagine what she'll get out of the whole course?
I know.
Right, Maria?
Thank you.
Very good. Okay.
Sujata here.
Sujata? Yeah.
Yeah, in Nilesh's rooms, what the introduction which I got from him was that it was regarding that whatever the past downloading we have, on that basis we talk with our children or we have communication with our children. But by doing the course or the workshop with you, he has changed a lot regarding the way to approach the forgetting about the past downloading and replacing with the new one, and how to communicate with the children and be patient with them, and to get into a good relationship. That's what I got it from him, which is very important to have a good relationship in the house to maintain peace and happiness in a house.
Wonderful. Great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sujata, thank you for sharing that. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes. Somebody else? Anybody else?
Yeah, Ferdi, Suresh here. The fact that my kids, both the teenagers, spent 2 hours with me, I think speaks about itself, how important it is for them to have this thing. I mean, that is an overwhelming feeling for me. I just want to acknowledge that. Yeah.
That's very good. Very good. Yes, absolutely.
Hi,
Absolutely.
this is
Suresha's
Vinod.
wife was also there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Vinod Gaura, go ahead.
Yeah, I was introduced by Raj here. I've actually just wanted to say a few words about Raj. I just actually, my association with him has been very, from a time frame standpoint, very, I would say a few months. And a friend of his was talking about his magnanimity. I could see that. I met Raj to resolve a problem for me, and he has gone way beyond his duty to do that. He has given me so much time and effort. Now now he listening to Raj and him saying that he's going to be a new himself. I mean, as in the Jan session, I was actually planning to join the November session, but I couldn't because of some personal reasons. So I'm looking forward to the Jan session. Thanks, Raj.
Lovely, lovely. We'll see you there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vinod.
Right. Opportunity for anybody else who wants to have a last word before we wrap up.
Ferdi, we'll be falling short of our duty to not really acknowledge the entire team, and we are very, very what do you call? I'm moved by what I have to say. Your generosity, and we are very grateful to you. That's what I want to say. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for who you are for us in the world, the planet. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. And what we want to do, what I like to do in wrapping up for the weekend, this is like the weekend wrap up before the seminar starts. I want to thank my partners in crime, Vivek and SK and Nilesh and Manoj, for all the work they've done to support during the weekend as well as this session. So thank you very, very much, guys. And all the other, the people from EFL, we're trying to find names for these things, and the alumni group and everybody else for coming in and having your guest here. Basava is always around. Thank you all very much. And guest, thank you for showing up and staying all the way to the end. Most people get tired and want to drop out, but you've been here. So we've got 61 people here and 77 people started it. So we've lost a few people, but not many. So thank you so much for making this worth your while. And we hope to see you around the campus sometimes. Okay.
Okay. Ferdi, one thing before we wrap up. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. So participants, this is for you especially. You know that your seminar is beginning next Tuesday. Okay. So I have a special assignment for you. Okay. For the rest of the days, every day before you sleep, spend 5 minutes to notice your listening for the day. At what level were you listening? Were you listening with an open mind? Did you discover some new data? Listening with an open heart? Did you connect with somebody? Or were you just downloading? So the exercise is simple. Just for 5 minutes before you sleep, look back at your whole day and notice the level at which you were listening. Don't need to change anything, just notice it. Okay. Thank you very much. Over to you, Ferdi.
Yeah.
This is called inner reflection.
Yes, that's right. Inner reflection. Okay, so thank you and good night and sleep well.
Yeah.
And
Thank
see you
you.
around. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Bye
much.
bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Thanks,
Thank
Bo.
you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Jasmine.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Wang, bye-bye. Ferdi and Manoj, bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.